thing about wrestling an alligator is it's relatively simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Alligators are uncomplicated. They have persisted through millions of years of evolution based solely on the fact that they are beautifully efficient killing machines. As black belts in alligator wrestling, the Seminole people mastered the fine art of subduing these 500-pound beasts, first for food and later for sport and show, when they were posted up as roadside attractions and routinely risked life and limb in order to entertain white people. The thing about arguing with humans is that it's complicated. Not necessarily hard, but it's complicated. Humans are messy, and they have persisted through thousands of years of evolution based solely on the fact that they are grotesquely complex thinking machines. As a white belt in people arguing, I spent much of my youth touring the country singing in a hardcore punk rock band, leveraging my progressive social and political views to make teenagers think I was cool enough to buy a t-shirt from. And it generally worked well enough to get us enough gas money to get to the next venue. Occasionally, it didn't. One summer night, we found ourselves a hired entertainment at a University of Gainesville sports bar. Peanut shells on the floor, jerseys on the wall, no doors on the bathroom stall kind of place. And it became immediately apparent that this probably wasn't going to be a home run for us when, while we were loading in, one of the very few patrons assaulted the guitar player in the band that we were on tour with. Now, it should be mentioned that he was a grown-ass man who went by the name Skeet Childress, and he was shirtless, wearing nothing but felt pajama pants, an oversized trench coat, and an impotent mohawk. The thing about alligators is, given their nature, controlling for all variables, if you choose to engage with one and you get bit, kind of on you. As the hours passed until our set time, the crowd of 3 drunk frat guys at the bar swelled to 5 very drunk frat guys at the bar. And as you may have guessed, our particular brand of music and onstage theatrics wasn't exactly accessible to the average bar patron. So we scorched through the first few songs of the set without a moment's pause, but when we did stop, it was chillingly silent, until one clumsy voice in the back hissed out a pointed, homophobic epithet. Now, it should be noted that you don't get to this point in your musical career, headlining the 3rd most popular sports bar in a Central Florida college town on a Tuesday night, without having a few nasty names thrown at you. But for some reason, on this night, the teeth just sunk right to the bone, and I decided this was going to be the night that I personally end homophobia. Any seasoned alligator wrestler will tell you that there are 3 basic things you can do when you see an alligator out in the wild. You can run, you can pretend like it isn't there and try and hide, or you can choose to wrestle. Once you choose to engage, you have to be completely committed. Any sign of weakness, any slip up, and it's over for you. A Seminole alligator wrestler would get the beast subdued to the point where they could literally put their heads in its jowls. But one tiny slip up, if their ear just brushed against the top of the mouth, or if they breathed a little too hard, those jaws would snap and the beast would immediately go into death rolls. So seconds pass, and this guy pops off again. So I immediately lock eyes with him. Now, at the time, I am 5'11" and a half, 180 pounds, 11% body fat. I am a damn specimen. And instead of ignoring it, I treat it like a solicitation. Like, are you hitting on me right now, bro? Incredibly mature, I know, but look, we're playing checkers, not chess. My bandmates clearly a little nervous, try and get on with the show. They didn't sign up to fight any damn alligator this night, but this guy pops off again. And so I turn to him. I'm like, God, how flattering. You're hitting on me right now. Not proud of it, but this was my strategy. I had to stick to it. This had the predictable effect of escalating the situation, which meant that A, it was working, and B, I clearly couldn't stop now. At this point, he is just shouting over the music, and I don't even think I'm trying to sing anymore, just aggressively flirting with this guy with every ounce of energy I have, while my poor bandmates are desperately trying to ignore me. But the guy wouldn't back down, which forced my hand to take the obvious next step of performing an incredibly crude striptease, keeping eye contact with him the entire time until I am wearing nothing but my underwear and my woke entitlement. When we hit the last note, I just stood there, panting, covered in sweat, PG-13 naked, looking like a Crisco commercial. All the time, locking eyes with this guy, who, while terribly horrified and confused, was for the first time absolutely silent. The thing about electing to fight an alligator is, unless it's part of your culture, obviously you have to live with the consequences of being the kind of guy who elects to fight an alligator. Few things are more awkward than the conversation you have with the bouncer, wearing nothing but your underwear after a performance like that, while he politely asks you to hurry up moving your gear off stage because it's standing in the way of the thing that everyone came to see, which is a Florida State game being projected onto the stage. Stay woke, guys. Stay woke.